What's up, everybody? Back again with another video. So, we're gonna let some people get in here, see what's up. We're gonna talk about um, my authority being up for renewal. So, let's get to it. What's going on? What's going on? What's good? What's up? What's up? Tyreek, I see you. DD15 Trucker, I see you. What's going on, everybody? What's going on? I know I ain't been live in a minute, so I thought I'd come see what's up on a Sunday. Maybe a lot of people is off right now. I know it's a lot going on. A lot of people ain't moving right now, so I want to come say what's up to some people. Whoever want to come holler at me, ask me some questions. But um, what I really wanted to talk about is my truck and the authority is come up for renewal, and I've been operating for 1 year under my authority, and it's time to renew that bad boy. So and that's what I really want to talk about. If you in here, just put a thumbs up or something in the chat so I can know, who all in here with me. I see we only got about 9 people in here, but it's all good. I come to talk to y'all. Normally I drop like just a regular video and don't do live stream. So if you in here, just comment like a thumbs up or something like that, and then I'm just get straight to the video. I don't come in here to talk y'all head off about a whole bunch of this or that. But the process of getting my authority renewed, is it's expensive, just like the first time. If you're thinking about getting your authority, or if you're about to be up for renewal, because I talked to a few guys who was trying to get their authority going active, and insurance was the main thing, that kept them from doing that, or kept them from getting their authority going. So so when I got my insurance, right, it took them some time to get it set up. So once you pay that initial down payment, you only got like basically 10 payments left. After them 10 payments, the insurance company, they're going to submit some information, I guess, to the FMCSA. It's going to let them know when that expiration date is. And I got a letter in the mail saying that, on this day, if you operate your truck, past this day without renewing your insurance, it's against the law, and all this other different type of stuff. What's up, Jason Reed? Jason Lewis, and we got Jamie Reed, in the building. But yeah, so we gotta get that going. So June 1st, I have to get it renewed. So what's gonna happen is that week before that, I already been calling out, getting quotes and stuff like that. My insurance is going to go down. Right now I'm paying $1,519, or I was paying $1,519 a month. $1,500 a month, for the insurance for the truck. I had some extra stuff on it that I didn't need, like $25,000 trailer interchange and some other stuff that I didn't need. So, it's a good idea. If you want to holler at me, I'll let you know, exactly what this coverage you're going to be needing, because the first original insurance people, they did, they just asked me what I needed, and then I didn't know exactly what all coverages that I needed to do, just so I don't, miss out on no work. So I kind of like had a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't really need to operate the authority, right? So this time it is going to be about $3,000 down, but it's only going to be $1,100 a month. Last time I put $4,700 down, so $1,700 different on the down payment, and I'm saving about almost close to $400 a month on the insurance. So we're going down to $1,100 a month on that. So that's what's up. That's a good thing. But everything is still, still the same right now as far as the rates and all that stuff. We all know things are bad right now. It's a lot of loads that, I turn down because it just don't make no sense to run, and stuff like that. So right now I see, even out there in the trucking community, the YouTube trucker world, it's a lot going on. People, you know, leaving, going back company, people just quitting. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on right now because, it makes you feel like right now ain't the time to be driving a truck with the way things going on. Unless you are a company driver and you getting your percentage per mile and you constantly moving, then you may not be affected by any of this at all. But for a lot of us, the owner operators, lease operators, or independent contractors, whatever you want to call them, they have to make some real decisions when it comes to pulling loads and going here and going there. Me, I stay Georgia, so Georgia to Georgia stuff, Georgia to Florida, Georgia to South Carolina, stuff like that. That's pretty much all I really run. And doing that, I stay, within that little radius. Also, too, I'm also going to talk about, because last year when I started my authority, like this time right here, June, when it went active, I did make less money than I made with my lease truck when I was leased on a Rosedale. I made less money, and that's also could be, I did run a lot less miles too. Not real big of a difference, but I made a little bit less money, but I ran less miles, and the expenses to the truck was a little bit more because of the whole authority situation. So a lot of that stuff, had played a big factor into it. That's why when I was having a conversation with a few of my brothers and, family on here on YouTube, we all talked about, whether it was a good idea to just stay leased on to a carrier or, just going for everything by putting your own authority out there and stuff like that, which was a long process. But, the main thing that I feel like having your own authority, it's only one main key thing that's, make it might be worth it to some people, and some people it just may not be. And that's with having the freedom to go to work whenever you want to, not having to answer to nobody, doing your own thing. If it wasn't for that, if you could find a good company to lease onto, I'm telling you, you can save yourself some time, save yourself some headache, save yourself a lot. It even comes to time because, like, I've been looking at different things. I've been looking at company drivers with companies that pay real good, because you got company drivers that work for, like, let's say a FedEx or a UPS. Now, you work when they tell you to work. You go where they tell you to go. But if you working full time, you probably making decent money. I would argue and say some of those drivers might be making more than lease operators or owner operators, whoever the case may be. But they don't have that freedom to go and do whatever they want or leave whenever they want, go on vacation whenever they want. Now, as a operator that has their own authority, you probably can run into the same type of money that those drivers make by working a little less. Like me, for example, I only go maybe 300-mile radius, and I probably would make the same, Also, too, I don't work Saturdays or Sundays. So Monday through Friday, carrying that same thing. It's not like being stuck out there in the truck, through the weekend, getting home on the weekends, sometimes maybe, and stuff like that. So those are the different trade-offs. But are those trade-offs worth it when it comes with a big price to get that all started up? Now, I would say this too. All of this stuff is probably just for, like, the sacrifice, the upfront sacrifice, like how I sacrificed going to school and going off and doing over the road and all this stuff to have my training and driver's license or CDL paid for, by CR England. What is this about? JoJo for sure. Well, I'm talking about my authority is about to be renewed, right? So, if you are into getting your authority, I went already past that part where I kind of talked about, what my authority cost and having to renew and stuff like that. I appreciate that, Jason. Trucking Authority Renewal, but I kind of like past that part. So but right now what I'm talking about is also the difference between what's up, Hendrix. I'm talking about the difference between company drivers, running under your own authority or being leased on too, because I think that it's important. Because I think that if you like me, who been trucking for 2 years, I just jumped out there wanting to by listening to everything on the internet, doing a whole lot of research. My ultimate goal was to go straight for the whole authority situation. So, is that really worth it? When things like this come back up, when it's time to get your authority renewed, and it's going to cost you another $3,000, or when it's time to renew your plates, that cost me $1,500. Like, is those things worth it when it comes to just being a company driver or being leased on to somebody when they give you their plates? So that's what this is about. But anyway, so that's just what it is, man. When it comes to this whole trucking thing, I decided to jump right out there and get the authority with just only having 2 years, in the game, 2 years of driving. I wanted to jump out there. So is it all worth it to just, put everything up, put it all on the line, put all the money that you made up and saving, when you started into trucking, put all that into, because I had to buy a truck, so I put money down on the truck, then insurance, and then, every other expense that came with that. It came with a lot of other expenses too, just to get everything up and running. But before that, I was leased onto somebody when I first bought the truck for about 6 months. And that gave me a little bit more capital to when I did cross over to the authority, it was a little more smooth, So that's how that pretty much went down. But, that's it, guys. Like, let me know. You guys got any questions? Who got some questions for me? Oh, no problem, man. No problem. Um, you know, when I come or do a video for everybody, it'd be more so, me trying to tell you exactly what you want to know. I know I can't do that a lot, but that's what I think that the purpose of a live stream would be. So like if I came on here, I'm here right now. So if you got a question, I'll be able to answer it for you right now. Instead of like if I drop the video and you have to listen throughout the whole video to truly maybe pull something that you can actually use from it. But if you got a question right now, I'm here right now. That's the purpose of live streams, because you can actually let me know what you want to know right now. I've been an open book throughout this whole process. I ain't cut no corners, and I ain't try to tell no lies or no stories. More info about RTS. RTS is, of course, that's who I factor my loads through. So before I had a different company, I had eCapital, and I can tell you this, like when you come into your own authority, you don't know. Like as soon as I applied for my authority, and I had a whole bunch of phone calls. Someone from factoring was one of them. So I started talking to, I am going to renew it. What's up, Bernard? What's up, Jamie? I am going to renew it because, I think once you come this far, you might as well keep it going. And before I get into RTS real quick, that's what I was saying. Because it pertains to whether I'm going to renew it or not. Once you come this far, you will have light at the end of the tunnel. I think the most important thing when it comes to running your own authority situation is to have your equipment paid for. So that's that initial sacrifice that I was talking about once you get into your own authority. Getting into it right now and getting your equipment paid for and running loads and running everything on paid for equipment, that will put your overhead down to, by the time all my equipment is paid for, right? Like the truck, the trailer, I want to see my insurance go down at least under the $1,000 mark. So now we're running with less than $1,000 overhead, every single month. And that will put you in a good position to where, you don't have to run crappy loads. You can run 3 or 4 days out of the week and you can still make good money, you know what I'm saying, running Monday through Friday. If you want to go hard, you can make it extra. So that's where I find out. That's where I find that you're gonna obtain the most success when it comes to your authority is running paid for equipment. Running with a whole bunch of leased equipment ain't gonna really work, especially the way the rates are right now. So that's what I wanted to say about that. Now RTS, what's up, man? Thank you. I really appreciate it. Complete my first year. Yeah. So RTS. Before them, I had OTR Capital. I'm sorry, I'm talking about OTR Capital. Not OTR Capital, because that is a whole nother, because this isn't about them. They called me, they wanted me to join with them. So it's not OTR Capital, because I don't want it to make it seem like what I'm saying is about OTR Capital. E-Capital is who I had before I went to RTS. And they, I had them for months. And I've been paying fees and stuff like that. They were just taking out. So let's say I run a load for 800, right? And I send in the invoice. It's real simple. You got an app on your phone. Like, when you go to the shipper, right? And they give you the BOL, like they sign it. Well, once you get so when you pick up the load, they give you the papers, right? When you get to the delivery, you have the bill of lading signed and they give it back to you, right? So that's proof of delivery. So it's that in the rate confirmation sheet. The rate confirmation is when I book the load through whatever broker, they're going to give me a rate confirmation. Basically, that confirmation got where the load is picking up, where it's going, and it's got how much I'm getting paid on the load. So those two documents. I open my app. I send the proof of delivery that got signed by the receiver once I dropped off the load, and I send the rate confirmation sheet, which shows how much I got paid on the load, and I send that to the factoring company, and I get paid. So with eCapital, I've been paying like crazy fees. Like they'll charge me a processing fee. They charge me like $10 just to direct deposit the money. Now it was pretty quick. Like I say, once I deliver a load, I'll probably get paid the next day or the day after. So you get paid like right away on the load, because that's the whole point of factoring, to keep your capital getting billed. But they was charging like these ridiculous fees until I got contacted by Drew for fuel. And I didn't have a fuel card at the time. I was just running on, company credit cards that I had set up and stuff like that. So I basically, paying with credit cards. And I said, all right, man, I'm going to get the fuel card because, the fuel card, it applies, you use it, and it reports to your business credit. So this just is another way for me to build business credit. So I was rolling with the fuel cards for months. And then Drew kept telling me that, I'm telling you, like, you should factor with us. It's going to be better for you. So they finally called me and I started talking to them about the factoring side of it. And, she told me that it was going to be tough because I was in a contract with eCapital, which cost me $700 to get out of, by the way. But over the course of what I would say a month of having them, that $700 that I spent to get out of the contract, I saved it all back just by not paying those fees that they was charging me. Because with RTS, I got a low factoring rate, like in the 2%. And I don't got no other fees at all. None whatsoever. No direct deposit fee, no processing fees, none of that. So RTS is, and then they always call me all the time to check up on me, They send me, gift cards and stuff. They write me handwritten notes. Like they just a good company. So I recommend them to anybody, especially if you're getting your own authority. So, who is this? They was killing you with the fees. Yeah, man, they was killing me with the fees. But RTS is a good factoring company. They got an app. And also with the app, it's not just factoring too. Like also with the app, I can actually check brokers' credit because they did not factor a load. I ran a load for a broker. I did check their credit. It was like a C, right? They don't want you running any brokers that has less than a C credit rating. But for some reason it dropped off, and they sent me an email saying, "Hey, we're not going to be able to factor this one for you." Now, granted, it was a local run. It was like I got back in town, and I was like, "Let me grab this load real quick. It's just going 30 miles." and it paid like $275. So good thing it wasn't like a big $700, $800 load that they didn't want to pay on it. Until this day, I ran that load. I picked that load up. Speaking of that one, I picked it up in February. It's what? It's May. I still didn't get my money on that load. So I don't know what I'm gonna have to do about that. So you got to be careful when it comes to stuff like that, because that broker, whoever they are, they didn't pay. I know who exactly they are. May not pick no names on them, but yeah, RTS app. You can check credit, fuel. It shows you where the different fuel stops at, and with Pilot and Circle K's, I get a pretty good discount when I get my load. I mean, when I get my fuel from those. But RTS, the app, is just like the eCapital one. You know, you send over the rate confirmation and the proof of delivery, and I get paid the next day. I get paid quicker with them. If I run a load and I deliver it before 1 o'clock, and I submit the paperwork, should I say, before 1 p.m., because I did a little test to try see how late I send or when the money get deposited. From what I've seen, if I send over the 2 documents, proof of delivery and rate confirmation, before 1 p.m., when I check my bank account the next morning, the money's there. So that's pretty quick, pretty good turnaround time. So shout outs to RTS, man. Shout out to Drew. And shout out to all my people over at RTS, man, because they've been nothing but good for me, man. And Jacob, if you want, talk to Jacob for like factor and stuff, and you can talk to Drew for like fuel cards and stuff like that. So Ken, what's up, Ken? You still pulling up containers? I know Ken probably tired of hearing me talk about RTS, but they good, man. I like RTS. Like, I just talk to them. They call me all the time. I wonder if they call you as much as they call me. You just got Ken. Do you just got fuel with them, or yeah, you leased on, right? You leased on to that company. Y'all do containers, so I don't know. I don't think you're worrying about factoring right now. What is the deductible for my truck insurance? I think it's $1,000. It's $1,000. What's up, Michael? The load boards that I used for the first year, I had a few different ones. I had some trials. I can't even remember the names of them. I had 1, 2, 3 load board. I'll tell you about them. Now, the thing about the load boards, man, the reason why I just only one that I kept was the DAT board. All the other load boards, I got rid of them because they anywhere from $25, $30 per month. That's number one. And then you will find that all the loads are the same. All the loads across all the load boards, 1, 2, 3, DAT, all the loads were the same. So I wasn't getting any different loads that I couldn't get on one. And plus, once you start running with like XPO, Uber Freight, a lot of these C.H. Robinson, TQL, you know, those are the places that's going to get you. Like if you go somewhere, they're going to get you. You're going to find loads on those places getting out of from wherever you at, unless you down Florida somewhere. But you can pretty much find a load going wherever using just those. And they got their own load boards. So they got their own apps and everything. So you really, really don't need all these different load boards and stuff like that. But you really probably should keep the DAT load board, because that's why I find new brokers, new people that I haven't ran with before, that got some really good freight. And they're kind of smaller, and those are the ones that typically pay a little more than the bigger name people. So DAT board is who I use and who I've been, especially too, if you're going to get your authority, this is a good thing too. I will give you, let's say, Uber Freight, C.H. Robinson, TQL, who else? These are the ones, I think Transfix. These are the ones that's going to take you when your authority is brand new. Because a lot of them, they're going to want 30 days, 60 days, 90 days before you can even run a load with them. But those, C.H. Robinson, TQL, Uber, you can run with them, as soon as you get your authority active. So The trailer that I got right now is a lease. I'm leasing that trailer. It's like $500 a month. Cause see, with the trailer that I have, I got it from Columbus, Georgia, and I have to take that trailer way back up there, so it's going to cost me money. It's going to cost me I can probably get a load going into the area, and then I'll have to drop the trailer, and then I will be bobtail. So I have to bobtail all the way back home. Then I would have to bobtail to go get the new trailer, which I found a trailer company in Claxton, Georgia. They got like a good variety of trailers that's in the price range that I'm looking for. So probably soon you're going to see me pulling a different trailer other than the blue one that I have. That's a lease trailer that I got right now, though. But if you need a trailer right away, they good people too. Because I ran into that when it came to the trailer. People was like, "Oh no, you ain't got your authority. It ain't even a year old," so they didn't want to give me a trailer. With these people, I put $550 down, $500 a month. I started rolling out with the trailer and started pulling loads. So. But I done had it for a while now, so they done got some good money off me with that trailer. So it's time for it to go, and we gonna get a different trailer because, like I said, we need to get your equipment paid for. So probably gonna get the trailer outright. We got a little under 2 more years left on the truck. So once that's done, we're gonna be smooth selling from that point. So, Just Fuel. Yeah, I like the fuel card, man, because mine's, I don't know how yours set up, but mine's whatever I spend from Thursday to Wednesday, of course it's gonna come out on that next Friday, on Friday. So like this week right here, let's say whatever I spend up until Wednesday, it's gonna come out Friday, and they take it automatically. So. I did think about letting people run under my authority, but it was heavily discouraged by, people that I know, people that I talked to that did that. It kind of like ruined them, plus once you hear the numbers to get on board with it, you ain't going to want to do it. You're going to probably just be better off just getting your own authority, because, if you want me to get the plates, put your plates under my authority. The insurance, it costs just as much to get your own authority to get you going. And of course, I'm not going to charge that much in a percentage for me to be able to make my money back off me putting the money up for your insurance for you or your plates. But everybody in the game knows, whoever runs under other people's authority know that you got to put up the money for your plates and your authority or your insurance. And when you find out how much that costs, you ain't gonna want to do it. Plus, the insurance company that I had, the driver had to have 2 years experience, so it was just a whole lot with that. But if you're a good driver, I'm open for it. Just know, we have to have a real good conversation, and you're gonna have to come up with the money for your insurance. So, don't care about people said about trucking schools. Keep haters off. Congratulations. Oh yeah, man. Me and a whole lot of other people. I went to CR England. I did my 9 months, and in 2 years, I applied for my own authority. So, people say I could have went all these other different routes, but who's to say those routes would have had work for me? I went the CR England route, and I'm here where I'm at right now. I did my 9 months, so I didn't owe them anything when I left. They're not calling me talking about they want this type of money. I went to CR England. I drove over the road for them, and I left. Marcus Tillman. You can get a brand new Wabash. The Wabash trailer, 53 foot for $600 a month. Yeah. So brand new for how many years though? I seen trailers for like 10,000, like 2012s, 11s, road ready. And, I'm trying to lower that overhead, but I would do that, maybe depending on how many years it is. But brand new, you're probably talking about a $25,000 trailer, maybe. I definitely didn't know Select Trucks took care of veterans. I did some research after you posted your experience. Yeah, Select Trucks, my people again too. When I bought my truck from them, I did a video, telling y'all guys like, hey, I just bought my truck, I'm excited and stuff like that. And they saw the video. Another guy actually went and bought a truck for them, and they was like, hey, did you see your customer's video? Your last customer, Corey, did you see his video or whatever? So they called me up and was like, hey, man, because when I went there, they was talking about my shoes or whatever. So when I went there, they saw that I like sneakers and stuff like that, and they sent me a brand new pair of 11s, the all red ones. So they're my peoples too. If you need a truck, go to Select Trucks Jacksonville for sure. G Star, man, having authority is a headache. You should lease big company cause you ain't no good money. Lease on to. I think he's saying having your authority. Ahmad, G Star Ahmad said, I think what he's trying to say is having your own authority is a headache. You should just lease on to a big company. I have no problem with that. You could lease on to a big company. One thing's for sure, you're gonna stay moving, and that's where you're gonna make your money in the miles, just like a company driver or anything else. You run the miles, you're gonna get paid. So long you keep moving, you're gonna get paid. And if you don't have a high overhead, if you just have your truck payment. Now, I would say this, don't lease your truck from the company, because if you lease your truck from the mega carrier, let's say you want to be a lease operator or owner operator, and you're leasing their truck and running their freight, I wouldn't recommend that, because you're paying all this money. You paying literally more money than somebody with their own authority is paying. You're going to be paying over $3,000 a month for the truck and all this other stuff, and you can run under your own authority for that. And then once you cross over, I work with all the big companies though. I pull for XPO, I can pull CR England Freight, I can pull Snyder Freight, I can pull Swift Freight. So it doesn't matter, once you get your own authority, I work with all of those. But to lease my truck from them and work for them, that's probably not a good idea. RTS take their money out my account every 3 days. Every 3 days? I got a $2,500 fuel limit too, a week. $2,500 a week, but they only take it out on Fridays. So whatever I spend from Thursday till the next week, Wednesday, is going to come out that Friday, but only on Friday. But, that's probably the way you set yours up. I believe you probably wanted it that way. Or if you didn't want it that way, you could probably always call them and say, hey, can I switch to weekly or something like that too. Marcus Tillman, Mars is 2 years. Every 2 years, I trade up. Mars, I think he meant mine. It's every 2 years you trade up. You talking about for your truck? Well, I mean, if you're making money, at the end of the day, it's about that bottom line. If you're making money, leasing trucks after trucks, and at the end of the day, your tax returns show you made this, then, hey, it worked for you. Okay. Bernard, I'm planning on getting a truck through Select when time. Do you get a referral bonus? Not from Select Truck. They ain't offering me no type of referral bonus. I think it's $100 though. I'm probably sure I could get one. Just mention my name and tell them you want to give me a referral. Back when I used to sell cars, we used to call those bird dogs. When somebody send me a customer, shoot them a little bird dog or something like that. But that's it, guys. Look, man, I appreciate you guys for joining me. As always, if you watch my videos, you can email me, and I do respond to everybody for the most part, if I see it. So definitely hit me up. Trailer? Oh, so you get a new trailer every 2 months? What company you get that through? I might look into it. I don't know if I'm gonna do that because, like I said, I'm trying to lower the overhead. I'm trying to get down to no payments. Trailers every 2 years. Okay. That's what's up. Every 2 years. That's what's up. They all be over like two something, $2 a mile. Well, before I would say the last 2 months, it was all over $2 a mile. But I'll be doing short runs. Like I said, I run 300-mile radius. I know people who I just don't find a need for me to run out 1,500 miles or 1,000 miles when that costs fuel, and then I gotta find a load back. For one, I'm all the way away from home, and then I'm sleeping on the truck every night. So I wasn't for that. No, it is recourse. It's a little bit more too. It's a little bit more than 2%. Like it's under 3%. But it is recourse. Recourse, guys, is when they factor the load, and if the broker don't pay, they're gonna come take the money back that they paid you. That's why. But I haven't had that happen at all. So, and the reason for that is because everybody that I run loads with got a good credit rating. So I don't pay. I never had a load. I never had a invoice get recourse. But if you don't want recourse, if you want a the rate's gonna be a little more. But if you want to factor with somebody that has a non-recourse, Loves, the truck stop Loves do factoring. That was gonna be my next option because Loves charge a flat fee or flat rate, and that's it. Once you factor that load, you don't hear nothing else about it. You get your money, go your way, they go their way. So if you have some hesitance about the recourse part of it, try looking into Loves for that. All right. But I hope I answered everybody's questions, man. Thanks again for all the love, support. Like, share, subscribe, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.